Okay, in this episode, we're going to talk about my favorite meal, steak and eggs. And we're going to talk about the benefits of the steak and eggs diet and why it is the absolute best diet out there for fat loss. Not only is it going to help you lose more fat quicker than any other diet out there on the face of the planet, which I believe in 100% because I've tried it and I've done it. And you can see for yourself if you give it a shot just for a few weeks. I'll get into all the details in this episode, but it's going to help prevent your muscles from wasting away. It's going to help actually increase your muscle mass and help you recomposition your body. So you're going to increase your muscle mass and you're going to lower the amount of fat that you have on your body. And it's also going to help fix your sex hormones like testosterone and estrogen and balance them appropriately if you're a man or a woman. So if you're so inclined, give this episode a listen. I think there's some good stuff in here. I really enjoy talking about this diet. I think it is like a ninja of the fitness world that people totally overlook. So give it a listen and let me know what you think. Hey everyone. Jordan here with the Iron and Grit podcast. Today I want to talk to you about the most effective fat burning, fat loss diet on the face of the planet, and that is the steak and eggs diet. I've used the steak and eggs diet to lose a lot of fat very quickly. I've lost between 10 and 15 pounds in about a week and a half to 2 weeks. The results are significant. It works better than any diet that I've ever tried. It works faster than any diet that I've ever tried. It tastes amazing, and you're getting all your nutrition that you could possibly need, just eating basically 2 items. So, steak and eggs diet, it's exactly what it sounds like with a few little tweaks. So pretty much what you do is for 5 days straight, you're going to eat 2 meals of steak and eggs. And the amount that you can eat is unlimited. So each meal, you can eat 2 pounds of steak if you want, 3 pounds of steak if you want, 27 eggs if you want. If you can get them down, good, eat them, more power to you. I cook my steak and my eggs in grass-fed butter, and then I will season them with salt and pepper, sometimes a little bit of garlic salt. It just depends what I'm feeling, or maybe like a little like Montreal steak seasoning on my steak, just to add a little extra uniqueness to it, a little extra flavor to it, but it tastes incredible. Do that, and in 1 day, you'll probably drop 3 pounds. If you're a 200-pound man and you're already over 15% body fat, you can expect to drop about 3 pounds that first day. And how is it so effective? Well, there's really 3 reasons why steak and eggs diet is so effective. The first is it's 0 carb. There's no carbohydrates. So what carbs do, they're very easy to consume. They're very easy to overeat. And once they're in your body, they're not really doing you any good unless you're Michael Phelps. That guy could eat 10,000 calories a day. He's eating bread, pasta, but he's also training in the pool for 6 to 8 hours a day, constantly moving. So he's burning it all off. The dude's ripped and he's eating 10,000 calories a day. So my point is, you're eating these steak and eggs, you're not eating any carbs. Carbs, what they do when they get in your body, they will convert into glycogen. And in glycogen, every gram of glycogen is going to hold 3 grams of water. 3 grams of water. So that's more water weight that you're going to have on your body. It's going to make you look puffier, and you're just going to not look as cut. You're going to look a lot more soft. And also what those carbs do is it creates inflammation. They make you sick. They're really not that good for your body. They are meant to be burned and not stored. Not stored for long anyway. So those are what the immediate effects of the steak and eggs are going to come from. The reduction of the carbs. It's going to take about a day or 2 to get your glycogen stores to deplete, and then you'll move into ketosis, potentially. But that's not really super important to talk about. Just know that it works. So another reason that it's very effective is because you're unlikely to overeat. you're unlikely to have any cravings while you're eating the steak and eggs. Why? Because steak and eggs are extremely nutrient dense. When you get a craving, it's for one of two reasons. Either you have a nutrient deficiency, which is making you crave something starchy or crave something sweet, or you have a carbohydrate addiction, which carbs are literally like 8 times more addicting than cocaine. So sugar, the reason why you eat it, you feel good, you get a high, and then you crash, and then you need a fix. You need to take a hit. You need to eat another thing of sugar, a bite of sugar to feel better, to even you out. So it's good to get the sugar and carbs out of your system completely. Steak and eggs diet is perfect for that. And it helps you. It's very hard. It's hard as hell to get rid of carbs and to not eat them. Because I've had so many relapses when I try to go low carb or no carb. It's just very, very difficult to do. You need super discipline. You can't have carbs in your house. But when I'm eating steak and eggs, like chicken won't do it. Chicken is just not, it's too lean and too bland. But if you're eating steak, if I'm eating steak and I'm eating eggs, I feel super satisfied and it's really tasty. I look forward to every meal, even though it's all the same. It still tastes incredible and I still feel good about eating it. And I don't have any cravings. And the cravings that I do have are very, 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 very small. So it helps you stay on course by not letting you crave much. Like I said, you eat the 2 meals a day, so you're usually eating less calories in general, even though you are eating a lot of fat and a lot of protein. You could eat 3 meals a day if you wanted. If you were hungry and you didn't want to deal with the hunger pangs, you could eat, a ground beef patty or something like that, or a hard-boiled egg, or fry up some eggs if you really wanted to. Just try to get it to 2 meals a day, and that can be breakfast and lunch, it can be breakfast and dinner, it can be dinner and lunch. It really doesn't matter. It's up to you, the meal timing, but just 2 meals a day of all steak and eggs. Cook them in butter, season them any way that you want. Eat as much as you want in each sitting until you're full. And then literally the fat just melts right off. It's incredible. You'll get super shredded if you do it for a few weeks. You could do it longer than that if you wanted. So you do get to recarb every 4th or 5th day. You can eat a high carb meal or like an all carbohydrate meal. So you can eat some pasta. You can eat a rice dish. You can eat something with potato. You can eat a squash. And that'll refuel your glycogen stores. You can eat vegetables, a bunch of leafy greens on that day. And then that can get you some extra vitamins, some extra nutrients, some extra roughage, some fiber. If you want to when I eat steak and eggs, I don't have a problem. I don't have any problems with using the restroom. I don't eat any extra fiber, and I still stay regular. So some people are like, they freak out when they say, oh, how do you do that? When was the last time you shit? If I tell them I've eaten like a carnivore diet or a steak and eggs diet, and I'll be like, look, it like literally 10 minutes before I talk to you, because it's completely fine. Like, I don't take a fiber supplement, but if that's something that makes you feel better or that you think that you should have in order to try it, or if that's something that's holding you back from trying it, then by all means, get a fiber supplement, eat your steak and eggs, and then you should be good. Obviously, talk to a doctor before you start a steak and eggs diet regimen. Just want to throw that out there. So, in the short term with steak and eggs, the benefit is you're going to lose a lot of weight really fast. And it's going to be fat. And you're going to maintain the muscle, even if you're in a calorie deficit, because you have all the protein that is in the steak and eggs that's going to shield your muscles from wasting away and actually help them get bigger and stronger. As long as you're training and maintaining, you're going to maintain and build muscle on steak and eggs. So you could actually recomp your body by losing fat and building muscle because you're feeding yourself the right foods to do such a thing. So as long as you're training appropriately, steak and eggs can actually help you build muscle, even though it's more for getting you ripped and shredded and burning fat. But the high protein has thermogenic properties that, first of all, it takes more energy to break down the protein, which means that you have to burn fat to raise the temperature of your body. So if you were going to eat a gram of carb versus a gram of fat, or a gram of protein versus a gram of carb, that protein is going to have a net calorie loss that's higher than the carbohydrate. So also something to keep in mind. And because you're eating the high fat content, that's what's going to keep the hunger pangs away. That's what's going to keep you satisfied. Imagine fat being like a candle. Your energy is going to burn slowly with a candle, whereas carbs, just imagine a pile of dry leaves and how quickly those go up in flames. That's the difference. That's the difference. That's what it's like in your stomach. So your carbs are literally getting burned up in your stomach. They digest quickly, and they're just filling all your cells and becoming fat if you don't use them. Whereas the animal fat that you eat, and it has to be animal fat, will sit in your digestive tract. It will sit in your stomach. It'll move slowly. It'll move at the right pace for what our digestive tract was designed for. And your body will slowly extract nutrients from it, meaning you'll have that feeling of being full longer, because you will. Fat is very nutrient dense compared to carbs, so you're going to be getting more vitamins, more minerals. Your body, your gut is going to signal your brain that, yeah, we're good here. This is great. We're still working on this steak that you ate. It was delicious. Thank you so much. We're going to make you healthy and strong now and keep you feeling full. So that's how that works. Very scientific, I know, but that's essentially what it is. And then long term, you don't really have to do steak and eggs for more than a few weeks. It's a good jumpstart diet. Like if you're going on vacation and you want to look good for the pictures you post on Instagram, or you want to look good on the beach, you can do it for a few weeks leading up to, some trip, and it'll get you where you want to go as fast as you can possibly get there. So long term, steak and eggs will help correct your hormones. They will rebalance your hormones. There's lots of fat, lots of saturated fat, lots of cholesterol. These are building blocks for your body to create hormones like HGH, human growth hormone, and testosterone, which is super important for muscle maintenance and for overall mental and physical health. So if you're eating the steak and eggs, it's going to help correct your hormones in your body, namely your sex hormones, your estrogen. It's going to keep your estrogen levels low where they are in healthy, normal levels, and it's going to raise your testosterone to normal, healthy levels, because that's a big problem. The more estrogen that you have, the less testosterone that you can have, because it's like the yin and the yang. Estrogen allows your body to retain more fat, and they can only have so much. There are two parts of a whole, estrogen and testosterone. So when estrogen's high, T is lower, testosterone is lower. So that means that your muscle retention ability is going to be lower. Okay? So you got to keep that in mind. If you need to kind of reset everything, it's a steak and eggs diet is the way to do it. Make sure you're hitting the weights at the same time, or at least getting some exercise while you're doing it. And make sure that you're genuinely eating just steak and eggs, unless it's one of those 4th or 5th cheat days where you can recarb up and eat, anything that you want. But make sure you get in some good vegetables and stuff like that, and some variety into your diet, and you'll be fine. But it's super effective. Eat the fatty steaks. Stock up on steaks. You can eat ground beef, 90-10 ground beef, 85% lean ground beef, 90% lean ground beef. You can eat burger patties, anything like that. So I've had a lot of success with steak and egg diet. I think it's great if you want to stay lean. Try that for a couple of days and just watch how your body transforms. It's pretty incredible. So if you have any questions on it, I wrote an article, a very long and thorough article on how the steak and egg diet works and how you can get started with it. It's on ironandgrit.com. It's one of my pinned posts, so it's right near the top if you want to take a look. If you have any questions, leave me a comment there or here, wherever you're listening to this podcast. and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Or you can always check me out on Instagram at Iron and Grit. To be honest, Instagram or ironandgrit.com. It's going to get you the fastest response. If you want to check me out there or ask me a question, I'm happy to help you out any way that I can. Have a great Friday, guys, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.